I'm gonna remember this next time I bring up pod racing.
Fuck you, Ben. That's 4 times. Fuck you.
I keep a tally.
Damn it.
There's a tally next to my desk.
Ugh.
We can never do this in the same room because Chris will actually murder me, and I won't be able to blame him
That's
for
when
it.
we have
He'll
to do
be
video.
justified.
We'll just seat it apart and you just see me fly across the camera.
If we ever do like a video thing where we can each see each other, I'll bring up pod racing and Chris will just disappear. And he lives Chris living fucking states away from me.
If we
and
ever
like seconds later, you'll just see a fist knock me off my chair.
I gave it a 2 out of 10.
Wow.
I wrote definitely the worst. Too much Jar Jar, but pod racing's a 10 out of 10. If it weren't for pod racing, that would be a 1 out of 10. You know what?
So,
Rise of Skywalker didn't have pod races. That's a 1 for me. Because Rise of Skywalker doesn't have pod racing. If they put a pod race in there, it'd be probably only half a point under Phantom Menace. There's only 2 things that got me through that, and that was Duel of Fates and the pod race.
We're gonna talk about pod racing for 45 minutes, and I'm gonna.
45 years.
And I will be a happy boy for it.
Josh, neither one of us are living for 45 years. We both die, and old man Ben is doing the one-man pod racing podcast.
Alright, folks, Star Wars every week until we fucking die. Here we go. Here's another round of fucking pod racing.
I will say this movie would be a perfect 10 if it had a pod race in it. I mean, it's great. There's a pod race and everything. So pod races.
Oh, Jesus fuck. No. No, Ben, no. No more pod racing. God damn it, no more fucking pod racing.
Here, Ben talked about pod racing every episode except for this one. This episode was for the Rise of Skywalker, so he needs to rise. What does he need to rise for? He needs to rise from the cult. Oh God, send help! And yes, that was just a bit to get me to say pod racing again.
God damn it.
You fucking prick.
That being said, it definitely does not have enough pod races in it.
Fucking
Damn
asshole.
it, Ben.
You can make the argument that, like, Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones shouldn't have happened. You can make the argument that The Last Jedi shouldn't have happened. Ben, work with me. Work with me.
Fuck you.
Listen,
I'm.
if it weren't
work with
for
me.
the Phantom
side
Menace,
tangent, work
I
with me.
wouldn't have my pod races, Josh. And my life would be that much more
Ben,
meaningless.
no side tangent.
Yeah, it's just this movie was just Duel of the Fates and pod racing. That's all this movie was.
Without a doubt, Rise of Skywalker, then Phantom Menace, then Attack of the Clones, we can all agree is going to be the roughest thing that we do.
There's a pod race right in the middle. I'm good.
Nope.
Because Attack of the Clones doesn't have a pod race.
Oh my God.
I was in a miserable mood today until we opened on pod racing, and now I'm happy because everyone else is in pain.
What was your favorite, and why was it the pod race? In honor of Josh having to rewatch the pod race 5 times, my recommendation of Star Wars Extended Media is Star Wars Episode 1 Pod Racer. I recently downloaded this on my computer, and I could say, hot dang, I haven't played it yet, but I'm about to. I am living in constant fear that one day they will remaster Star Wars movies, and there will be no pod race in the background of Episode 2.
Okay, so literally any other subject, please.
Welcome to my lead-up into talking about pod racing in Episode 2, because
God, no, please, no.
I don't even need to continue talking about it. I just gotta lead up to it just to hurt you.
I have like pod racing PTSD. Why are you trying to hurt me? I love you. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me, Ben?
Are we all gonna have, like... So Josh's thing is gonna be Rick McCallum all the time.
Don't.
My
Don't
thing
even.
is gonna be pod racing.
Oh my God, I'm so
Because
tired
pod
of
racing is great. Pod racing is the best thing about Star Wars.
You know, I started out ironically hating pod racing, and now I just genuinely hate pod racing. Just like wholeheartedly hate pod racing. Because there hasn't been an episode you haven't fucking mentioned it.
You're welcome.
I mean, it's been your only consistent bit. Like, we lost the name bit after a while, but the pod race bit has fucking kept going. Like, it's almost fucking impossible that it could still be going. But it is.
I'm gonna be hyped about Phantom Menace, but I don't need to explain why.
Shut the fuck up.
Because of fucking pod racing. No.
Yes, and I'm so excited because I get to be the one to bring up pod racing for this episode.
You motherfucker. Why would you?
There's a book that is current canon. In that, it is revealed that pod racing, under Imperial rule, has been completely outlawed.
Yeah, because you're supposed to hate the Empire.
Oh my god.
No, but
because they banned pod racing. So, does anyone here like pod race?
I'm the only human who can do it.
I just got the mental image of Darth Vader entering an underground pod race. I'm filled with such joy from this image.
Now this is pod racing. All our friends are here, but the only true friend is Rick McCallum.
This is why you're not allowed to complain about me talking about pod racing.
Ben, I have brought up Rick McCallum because he keeps appearing in my special features. You bring up pod racing because you want to bring up pod racing.
You bring up Rick McCallum because you want to. Don't even lie.
Yes, but also I have a reason. Because I never bring him up. Your reason is to drive us nuts.
And?
As soon as I hear a Wilhelm scream, I'm like, oh yeah, that's Star Wars. We're Star Wars now.
Nah, Star Wars is when I see a fucking pod race. That's fucking Star Wars.
God damn it!
Damn it!
Fuck! Damn it! God damn it! We were so fucking close, and I was going to point it out so quick so that hopefully that bit would die, just like your other bit. God damn it.
Your pain warms my soul.
I mean, to be fair, we didn't say that he had to mention it every single time, unlike the person.
No, but you know it's a goal now.
I hate this.
So in conclusion, I'm once again sad.
Yeah, the other thing I was going to say is the people who complain about her being a great pilot obviously never watched episode 1 when a fucking 9-year-old destroyed a Lucre Hulk. All because he was good at pod racing. Did I mention pod racing yet?
I love how self-aware the bit has become at this point. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm serious. Was he a child at that point? Like, was he? Did he have little like pod racer toys or something? Like, my stance on the deleted scenes of this movie, the logical conclusion I come to is that they had fully shot and prepared a pod race for this movie.
Oh my god, I hate you so
you're
much.
Never going to see.
So
you're a real son of a bitch for this.
Yeah,
Thank
it was.
you. Thank you.
I'm so angry with you that I can't even properly process.
I wish we were on video so you could see how much joy is in
I'm
my
really,
soul right now.
I'm really mad that we let you go because you sounded so fucking sincere.
Yeah.
I know you guys can tell when my sincerity is straight smugness.
It didn't.
Such a prick. Ben, how was your watch?
I had a blast. Slight disappointment. No pod race.
Hey,
just getting it off
But
right
I
off
had
the bat.
fun.
Fucking.
I thought messaging Chris as I watched it, and I just went, yes, there's a pod race, and Josh replied, like, why would you do this to me? I'm like, oh, you're not Chris.
Hey, do you want to listen to one guy who can't let go of the pod race and two guys who can't let go of 90s Star Wars books?
All right. There was a pod race. Duel of the Fates happened. That's all this movie is now.
That's also what you say every time we watch this movie.
I know, and I'm gonna continue to say it every time we watch this movie.
But
Sweet. So if something happens, I could still get my sentence about pod racing in.
You are such a bastard.
You're a real son of a bitch.
He expected and saw that child win a pod race.
That's fair.
Much like Ben, The only time Qui-Gon seems to be enjoying himself throughout this entire movie is watching the pod race.
We are on episode 1, and I've only mentioned pod racing twice. This is a crime.
This has been Star Wars every week forever. Good night.
I don't know what Josh's. This is just Josh's get out of jail free card. Every time I start bringing up pod racing on whatever episode we're on.
I don't have another segment, Ben. You need to stop.
What? What? Are you scared of pod racing, Josh?
Yes. As any rational person should be at this point.
Which is exactly why you should watch 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3.
Oh God, we're not going back into this argument, are we?
No. All you need is the pod race.
God damn it, Ben.
This is the third time you've actually brought up the pod race this episode, Ben.
I wish we were doing videos so you guys could just see how happy I am right now.
Don't put that evil on us.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be able to talk about a pod race.
God damn it.
I should have gotten some kind of recompense on you yesterday when you came by for all these fucking pod race drops. I'm so mad.
Sorry you don't appreciate culture.
There is one thing that could make this movie much better, though.
Don't say it. I will jump across the Skype call, and I will murder you.
You're talking me into it. Because I would love a pod race. That would make this a 10 out of 10. This would be 10 times better than A New Hope if there was a pod race.
You're a real son of a bitch for this, you know that.
Oh, I'm well aware.
We're repeating ourselves so bad because you've literally said that exact thing to him.
Yeah. I know. Well, because it's all I feel. It's pure rage. And it's me trying to let it out in a safe way to a person I love dearly.
One of which is because there is a race in it. However, it's not a pod race.
You can feel that coming, huh?
Yep, one per podcast. We're done. We're in the clear.
I forbade him from watching his pod races again.
You bastard! He's so fucking close.
Yes!
Finally, everybody come play in my sandbox, and you kick down my sandcastle. You fucker. Now that they're not here, it might be The Force Awakens, but let's talk about pod racing for an hour.
Oh, that leads me into a note I had about this movie.
No,
it does. This is something I had.
So, moving on.
Okay, I will say I was almost very disappointed. I almost had to give the Thrawn trilogy 1 star because they wait till the very last battle to have Admiral Akbar recognize a trap as a trap.
That's fair. That sound you heard.
We don't even need a pod race. We have a trap.
Yeah, that sound you heard from me and Chris were our butts clenching for what was inevitably coming.
Well, we could be talking about pod races.
Oh God! You don't know a good thing until it's gone, Chris. It's my greatest regret in life.
Not getting me to talk about pod races once.
Shut the fuck up.
One of these days, Josh is just gonna walk to my house and just
It's
beat
possible. It's not that far.
This is so dumb. We couldn't have, picked something else to fucking watch forever.
Of course not. Chris, there's nothing else we could watch that has pod races in it.
God damn it! We're not even 3 minutes into the podcast. Not even 3 minutes in.
I thought drinking heavily going into this episode so that I was shit-faced with the beginning of the recording of this episode would help with the levity, and I'm just now I'm just drunk and mad.
All week these two. Hey, did you know they fly now? Hey, do you know they fly now? Hey, Chris, they fly now.
Hey, Josh, you know where they don't fly? On fucking pod races.
Unless you're the dude who got blown up.
Or unless you're Anakin, who does the fucking trick where he goes up the service ramp and like fucking dive bombs. God damn.
We're not talking about pod racing, Ben.
Let me enjoy myself, Chris.
No! That's not what we do on this week of the rotation. Attack of the Clones is still better than Phantom Menace.
Whatever you say, man.
You are out of your
Attack the
fucking
Clones
mind.
would be better than Ben.
Shut the fuck up, Ben.
And as I have said to you multiple times, there is a pod race in Attack of the Clones.
I know, but it's not featured.
Play Organa.
I'm waiting. I really am actually waiting in horror for the day where we do Weird Wikipedia and pod racing comes out. That's like, I might quit the podcast.
I'm saying that's the day we cancel the podcast, right? Like,
No.
if Ben gets Weird Wikipedia,
Chris,
pod
do I
racing?
need to pull up the definition of forever?
Yeah.
Ben, I feel like the only like self-destruct button is if you get
The only
pod
logical
racing.
conclusion is Ben reading pod race articles off of Wikipedia.
pretty much.
Well, you know what? Let's do it this way.
Can't think of anything I'd rather not do on a Friday night is listen to Ben read the pod racing Wikipedia article.
Now that is the most delirious we've ever been by a fucking
1,000
country.
Now that's pod racing.
Fuck
Chris,
you.
I'm so proud of you. That made my night. My heart is warm.
I'm so upset with myself.
What the fuck is happening? We're
What's
talking about
happening?
pod racing, and I'm
We've hit our-
scared. How the
we've
fuck
hit our
did you
final
guys
form.
do this?
We've hit our final form. This is
Done
it.
it.
We've lost our
You've done it,
fucking
Ben. You've
shit.
broken us. You've
I've been
broken
entirely-
us, Ben.